This morning on the platform, we're shifting gear to Imo State to discuss the pension saga over there. The mission is to ascertain the true state of affairs. Are there really ghost pensioners? What are the pensioners doing to assist the government in fishing out fraudulent people in their fold? Well, we have all the gladiators actually ready to dissect the issue. Stay tuned.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
Well, it would be appropriate to establish the situation from the pensioners themselves. A retired permanent secretary and former chairman, Civil Service Joint Negotiating Council, that's Comrade IFEANYI AGBA, is joining us this morning all the way from Owerri. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Sir, it's been weeks of protest by senior citizens. We want to ask for emphasis. What are the grievances of pensioners in Imo State?
Well, the grievances is that, unfortunately, people who are supposed to govern us are the people now providing confusion. You see, when people start making statements that are very untenable, and disgracing us in the international community, it becomes shameful. I retire. Nobody in Imo State will say he doesn't know me and that who I am. And the governor is saying I'm a ghost. How can people believe him? People came out. I know the individuals, many of them who demonstrated. They are pensioners, and they demonstrated because the Nigerian constitution is being broken. No governor has right to delay payment of pension. They should look at the section 210 of the Nigerian Constitution, 1999, as amended. So what they are doing is that there are people at the head causing confusion. And when you see a governor saying he's not the pay officer, because every other human being around him is a criminal, how many people do you get in the governor? How many hours does he have in a day? If he's going through these things, who is the governor of the state? The interest that they are having there, as far as I'm concerned, is the monetary interest. They see pension money as a loose money they can take at will, because they feel the pensioners are too weak to fight, and that it appears that nobody is defending the Nigerian constitution.
All right.
Because yeah.
Okay, you made mention of ghost workers, and the governor is also alleging serious fraud in the pension system. What are you people, the pensioners, doing to weed out the alleged ghost in your midst?
No, how will any customer of a bank feel that he goes to the bank to cash his money and the bank people refuse to pay him and say they have fraud in their system? If they are ghost pensioners, it's the governor's responsibility.
Okay.
He should handle that without disturbing anybody. The pensioner is not paying. Is he the person who is running the place? Does he prepare his own voucher? It is the governor's agents that are preparing voucher. If they decide to pay ghost people or do anything, how does it concern the pensioner? The pensioner is saying, pay me. And that is what is ridiculous about their defense, that they are looking for this thing. In the past, pensions were being paid. There were no criminals. That's what they are telling us. There were criminals, but they were there too, because if you keep proper accounts, nobody can steal government money and get away. But they have come and they will not keep account. They go telling this cock and bull story. Oh, it is because you have this and you have that. I asked one of their officers, if thieves come to your house, will you stop feeding your children? What is the pensioner's responsibility in this matter? Why is he being made a double victim? You have refused to pay him. You are accusing him for your own inefficiency and ineffectiveness. Pay the people their entitlement. Then you can go and look for your ghost in the graveland, not among the living.
So
these are genuine people.
Hello?
Listen,
Okay.
You cannot pay a ghost pensioner. You cannot, because every pensioner is given an identity card.
Okay.
And that identity card identifies him as a pensioner. And why the identity card is given to him is that When he comes to collect his money, you can identify the person you are paying.
Okay. All right.
So why are they creating artificial problems?
How long have you been owed pension?
Well, it's a sad situation. From Okorocha's time, there started this confusion in pension matters. Earlier alone, there was no confusion. And it appears the present government are students of Okorocha, because the very language Okorocha was using and causing confusion is the very language they are using. They are telling you they are thieves, they are thieves. Who are the thieves? Catch them now. Recently, they read out names, which is very ridiculous in Imo State, about people they say took 300 and something million. You know the significant thing in the names they read out? No proper identification of the individuals.
Okay.
Because if you have known them, known their names, then they should be under police custody. There should be under proper investigation, but you just read them. Like I can now say, oh, there's one Okonkwo Okafor who took 20 billion Nigerian money. That is, governments don't talk that way. But that's what we are getting now.
Okay.
That, oh, this person took this one. Who is that person? Where is he? Why is he not under custody? Why is he not charged to court?
Okay.
So the thing, what is happening now, that what is happening is that it is like thieves coming into a market and shouting, thief, thief, thief. When people are looking at it to find the thief, then the man will steal. I think they have some intention. And this idea of saying that the opposition party is instigating people. Who instigated you not to pay them? And you know, by the non-payment of pension, there is a tragedy that is going on and Nigerians are keeping quiet, although not everybody. But the government of the federal government should do something. Each time you don't pay pension, as many of them die, you are killing people. You are murdering people. What is the offense of these pensioners that you are serving them to death? This is their legitimate money. It's not in doubt. In 2017, we went to court and got judgment that no governor has right to delay pension. Why should governors not obey the rule of law in Nigeria?
All right, sir, let's narrow it down to how long you've been owed pension.
Some people are owed for more than 8 years. Okay. Some are owed for 2 years. Some are owed for 1 month, because somebody who just retired may have not even been owed anything. And this came about because they went arguing retiring people without following the rules.
Okay.
Many of them went to court. But unfortunately for them, the judge who handled their case said, oh, even though the law says the period shouldn't count for them, the law has been repealed, and therefore they have no case. Now, when they came back now and said, okay, if that is the judgment, we can't go further. We have no money to go on our case. Pay us our pension. We can't just stop paying the pension. So the period spent in this contest, some of them up to 4 years, it's part of the indebtedness. That's why you have some people who owed up to 8 years pension. My own is over 4 years pension. My late wife is over 4 years pension owed to me. And somebody will come talking about ghosts.
Okay.
My wife didn't die before he was owed that money. Was owed. It's an estate. I'm still entitled to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With all of this going on, have you, the pensioners, met with government officials to discuss some of the issues?
Well, let me start by one statement I have been making. I used to be a labor leader, and I still have some interest in labor. You do not negotiate debt. You see, when people, officers are compromised, they start talking nonsense. When they say they are dialoguing, what are they dialoguing? Is it to reduce the amount or to do what? You demand debt, because debt is due. And any negotiation in debt, in law, has no meaning. Because you cannot pay the person less and say you have settled it. You have to pay the correct thing. The correct thing, even if they say they are negotiating, which will still be a demand, is that they are demanding interest on the money that has not been paid, because it's losing value and they are being inconvenienced. If you take somebody's money, you should be able to pay interest in it. So when unions come out saying they are negotiating, what are you negotiating? And it is the problem Nigeria now has, that the unions are making themselves extension of government houses. A union is paid to defend the members, and they join the government in oppressing the members. Like in one of my statements recently, I said such people should be charged to court for stealing. They are collecting money for that dubiously. Because if I have paid you to defend me, you should be defending me. When you are tired of defending me, you keep quiet. There's no condition on which you will say, like they say, the union say. People come on the street to say, demand what they paid you to demand for them, and you say you don't know them. then are you saying they shouldn't be paid? If you are saying so, why did you collect their check off for? Why did you collect their money? I hope you are getting the point I'm making.
Yes, I am.
Such union members should be ashamed of themselves. A union, I was chairman Public Service Negotiating Council in Imo State, the body that actually negotiates with government, for more than 10 years. I never learned, and my trade union activity started in 1963. I had never learned of this negotiating debt and telling their members, you keep quiet. Like in one of the occasions under this new government in Imo State, a woman was not paid. He said he was not paid. And they suspended her. And the union members who were supposed to demand her salary, that's one Vivian Oti, came saying that she's on her own. Can you imagine such things? And this is the trend the government is following now, getting union people on their own side, against those they have taken their money, and they are helping to oppress those people. Should any union man not demand the entitlements of pensioners when he has collected their checkup?
So what is the way forward?
The way forward is that politicians should hands off pension matters. They should stop seeing it as lose money. They should see it as a legitimate duty that is supposed to be performed by officials, not by the politicians. You see, when government budget is met, officers spend the money according to law. After they have finished spending, they audited. If anybody is found wanting, he is dealt with. But now the politicians have destroyed the institution. They are now the people paying the money, and nobody audits them. And they are telling us stories about thieves. How can a man who doesn't want auditors to work start telling you they are thieves? A man who comes and says there should be no security man on the gate to the house, and then he comes inside the house and telling you they are thieves. Isn't he the thief himself? I don't know whether I'm making a point to you. Because how can a man refuse auditors? Every state government has auditor general, department of audit. And when pensioners are retired, after the calculation by head of service, it is subjected to audit by the auditor general. After they have finished auditing, it is now sent to the accountant general for payment. And the identity card is given to the pensioner for him to collect that money whenever it's due. And to me, I have never seen anybody who pays anything valuable to anybody without identifying who is paying. If you go to the bank, don't they verify you? If you go to the market to buy things, don't you pay to the correct person? But because these politicians have come to create confusion, they will call out pensioners and wish that many of them will die. They are even the people claiming the money of dead pensioners. Because when you bring them out for official verification, which has no meaning, you get them identity card for identifying them. Nigeria should now tell all the people who have Nigerian passport to come out so that they will verify whether they have Nigerian passport. Does that make sense? Will a university call out its former students and say, come, let's see those with granted university degrees? Will a bank call out people and say, we are doing verification? You just line up. Let's see those who are our customers.
All right.
You can see that they are playing with people's intelligence.
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade IFEANYI AGBA.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
I'm pleased because this nonsense should stop in this country. Thieves should not be calling others thieves.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We just got off the phone with a retired permanent secretary and former chairman, Civil Service Joint Negotiating Council, Comrade IFEANYI AGBA, to discuss issues pertaining to pensioners in Imo State.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
This is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, Monday edition. We're looking at the pension saga in Imo State. And joining us on the phone this morning is Comrade Maurice Amechi, Secretary, Pensioners Intervention Committee. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Okay.
The state government said some pensioners with verifiable accounts have started receiving their entitlements. Please, can you confirm if this is true?
Well, this is exactly what we had last Friday when the governor had a meeting with organized labor. We are not involved in that organized labor team. But I don't think it's true. No pensioner in Imo State have ever received anything as I'm talking to you right now. And this time, the Commissioner of Information visited Osisa last Friday. He said from Monday, the pensioners may start having alert. Okay. Today is Monday. We have not had anything.
Okay. So do you think that you have a part to play in fishing out the alleged ghost workers in your fold?
Actually, if there is ghost worker, then the ghost worker issue supposed to be a concern to the government, because no pensioner payrolls himself. Well, because the moment you are retired, you are given ID card, you are given authorization paper, and that is all. Wherever you are being payrolled, the government knows. The accountant general knows. So whatever is the ghost there, they know the ghost. That is why we took them to the street and tell them, no, we don't have ghost pensioners. We are having living pensioners.
Okay.
We don't have those pensioners. Those names they are mentioned, 8 of them, they know what they are talking about. And if it is proper that those names appeared in the list of pensioners, government has the financial, they have all the instruments to punish any erring civil servant. If they are payroll officers, government is used to civil service to punish them. Civil service can call them or hand them over to the police. Okay. The police can prosecute them. The police can prosecute them.
So what do you want now? Like, what can you not take or compromise as the government is trying to find solution to the whole problem?
Government made a very fussy announcement that they have paid up to 80%, which is lie. We have this administration, I don't know where they are heading to. I don't know. The other time, the SAG, when we had our first rally 2 weeks ago, the SAG came out and said Friday. And that Friday was debunked by his commissioner. Then the commissioner came up and said by Monday, we don't know what they are talking about. So, but what I say is that whichever that is ready, pay them, start paying them. If you have gone up to 80%, start paying the 80%. So that we can work on the 20% within a very short period of time. We can work on the 20%. People are suffering. And tomorrow we hit the street again. Tomorrow we will hit the street. We must march through Douglas Road and Wedra Road and start begging for hands, because some of these pensioners are dying in the hospital. Some of them are helpless in the hospital. They don't have the money to pay their bills. They can't manage themselves again. We beg traders in Ekuku in order to give them succor. That is what we are talking about.
Okay. So what has the situation been like with past administrations?
Well, this administration was borrowed the lead from Okrota's administration. Because when Okrota came in, he came in and bumped on the pensioners and took away their money, their legitimate right, for 4 years and 8 months. Okrota owed it. We called Okrota, pays the pensioners. He says they should all die. This is what comes out the mouth of a governor of his state. So when this case administration came in, they borrowed the lead. We said, no, we cannot allow you. We can't allow you. That is why we started telling to bond them to please, pay the pensioners, pay the workers. You can, look, if you build 20 roads in a year, the ghosts cannot work on those roads. It must be for the living. If you have better accommodation, you build houses, you build offices, it is meant for the living, not for the dead. So if you allow these people, the control dying, who will then take over?
Okay. Are you disposed to talk with, to discuss with the government?
You said what?
Are you disposed to discuss with the government concerning the situation?
Yes, we have made room for something like that. They have not called us. Anyway, they gave us today, but probably between now and 2 o'clock, they may call us. We have nothing against this administration. We have nothing against Rufus Odema. I am telling you, we don't have anything against him. Rather, what we are saying, please pay the pensioners, pay the workers first. Let it be the first charge. That is what we are talking about.
All right. So you made mention of a match tomorrow. What does this hope to achieve?
Yeah. By tomorrow, we said we have 7 matches to go.
Okay.
And we have gone to men 5. Tomorrow we do the 3rd one. We'll match Douglas Road tomorrow and Weather Road tomorrow.
Okay.
We will beg for arms. Those people in FMC that cannot pay their bill, we will go there and pay their bill from whatever the proceeds. We beg whatever we got from the public. We will go there and settle them. And those who are on drugs, we buy those drugs and make sure they live. You will only govern the living, not the dead. That is our own plight. That is what we are talking about.
Okay.
Until we continue doing that, the government pays it. Because we will only leave them. We will only leave the pensioners if government start paying them. But as far as government is still withholding their pension, we will continue going after Douglas and the Gwedra Road. The next fourth edition will be at OGUWIKE. The other one will be at Olo. We will go around the state to beg for arms to make sure that these people survive.
Okay. The government is alleging that you are sponsored by the opposition. How true is this?
Unless the government is going to tell us that the opposition told them to withhold our pension.
Okay.
Unless the government is going to tell us that. Because I don't know where pensioners and civil servants match to withhold position. We are not politicians. Anybody who wants to join politics is free to join. But the problem is payment of pension and gratuity. Payment of pension and pay them their pension and find out whether we'll be in the street.
Okay.
We are talking about the opposition. Who is the opposition? I don't know what they are talking about. Unless you are going to tell us that the opposition asks you to withhold our pension, then you know that the opposition tell us to fight for you.
Okay. So what is your suggestion as to how to end the face-off between the government and pensioners in the state?
My suggestion is that first, government should start to pay pensioners their little stipend, because according to the Constitution section 210 says that the pension is the first charge, and that the government has no right to withhold the pension even for a day. So what we are talking about, please, to avoid them dying like fowl, pay them their pension and set up Imo State Pension Board and hand it over to the retirees. We can manage it. Let us know where this vote is coming from, and let us know where these infiltrators or this whatever they call them are coming from. Because we have a comprehensive list of pensioners, about 23,000 something in Imo State. We have their comprehensive list. So if your name is, if you go to the office of the head of service, you will see all those who have already retired and those who are coming up. You will see all this is clear. I don't know where you are going to pick vote or whatever they call them. I don't know where they come from.
Okay, so are you open for further verification?
No, the verification, look, between the last administration and this administration now, we have done 23 verifications, which is too bad. Look at federal government paying their verification once every 5 years. We are matured enough. That is democracy. And this is the government of the people. So we are matured enough.
Okay.
So they should stop the verification. We verify ourselves in every day, in every month the pensioners are paid. Because if you go to collect their money, you will go with your ID card. And then your ID card verifies you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Maurice Amechi, for joining us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Remind me that you are listening.
Flow 94.9 FM, Umahia.
Okay, 94.1 FM.
94.9 FM.
Okay, 94.9
Umahia. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
Well, at this point, it is compelling that we hear from the government. We've made attempts to get across to the Commissioner for Information in Imo State, but all efforts proved abortive. However, we got through to the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, that's Mr. OGUWIKE NWACHUKWU. He responded to issues of ghost pensioners and what the state government is doing to tackle the situation. He spoke to us earlier. Let's listen to him.
That's exactly everybody's interest, including government's interest.
Okay.
And I can tell you that today, most of them, those of them, that do not have problem with their data, are getting paid today. If I thought they have not already started receiving a lot. Yes. So that's the position. That's the position. All that the governor is doing is to make sure that that there's no problem as regards their payment. It be a continuous process because ghost workers and whatever fraud in the payroll. It's like when you catch a criminal, you don't expect that criminal is going to just throw his hands off. Some of them will devise other strategies. So it's a continuous process. But I think the governor, this government has done enough on taking some fundamental steps to, take orders, which is, deployment of a software, that is automated. So that automated software should be able to deal with orders. And the only thing we ask of them is to cooperate with this government. They didn't do what they were expected to do. So an indication that most of them were in support of the problem. And this you are saying foremost, how long has this government stayed in office? How long? It's all allegations now. It's all claims and counter claims. But we understand why that has to be. But the important thing is that there's an effort being made to automate the payment system and to ensure that going forward nobody comes to complain. But first we have to do what we're expected to do. All of us. Government has to do this one, and those that government has the responsibility, they should also do what they're expected to do. The government engages them, as often as possible. And even this weekend, they engaged them. There was a meeting between the governor and the National Union of Pensioners in this state, and they were there. In fact, it was at that meeting that the governor laid bare to them what the findings are, and they were shocked. So, like I said, it's supposed to be a win-win situation, both the government and the pensioners, and even the civil servants, they are supposed to, cooperate to make sure that the system is fair to everybody. You cannot be perpetrating fraud, payroll fraud, like this government has, discovered, and now you are also going on defense. So government doesn't work that way. This government is out to tell the people the truth, and I think they need to ask other state men and women. They owe this government the duty to make sure that they assist it in doing the thing that will be in the interest of everybody. That's what the issue is. That's why it's important that we support the government, and therefore the government is making to ensure that all the things are clear. Payroll fraud is it's a big problem in the state. So if one person is taking the salary of 5 persons, and this has been going on for years, you can imagine the impact it will have on the wage or the wages of the bulk of the people. So if they cooperate, like I said, with this government, and key into the vision of this government to ensure that all loopholes are blocked, and then the available resources, is utilized for the purpose, that they are meant for, then I don't think anybody will have problems. Yes, there are no resources that is enough to deal with any project. No resources can be enough, but the issue is that you can manage the resources available to you. And what this government is trying to do is to look at available resources, make sure that they are deployed to the appropriate channels quarter. So and that's where we are, and that's why it's important that the pensioners, the civil servants, and everybody understands where this government is coming from, and then the need for us to work as a team to ensure that Imo is better than all of us have made it.
Well, we just heard the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Imo State, Mr. OGUWIKE NWACHUKWU, responding to the issues of ghost pensioners and what the state government is doing to tackle the situation. Now, the platform this morning is looking at the issue of pension in Imo State. Of course, we shifted our gear to Imo State and we're discussing the pension saga over there. Our mission is actually to ascertain the true the true state of affairs, the true state of affairs of the pension scheme in Imo State. Are there really ghost pensioners and all of that? You've heard from our resource persons. Now it's time for you to make your contributions on the platform. The numbers to call 0808 1826 949 or 0811 6052 949. You can send SMSs to 0906 510 8289. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Daily Boo.
Good morning to you.
This is not coming from Omaya here.
You're welcome.
My dear, it's very, very disheartening for us to be hearing all this news about pensioners and workers who are working in the system. If you compare the money these two governors and people, government official positions are packing, it's a whole lot of money. So it's out of their wicked mind, where they think that these poor people, these people who have worked, served the government, spend their time more than what they spend, they will see withhold their money. Small money is supposed to give to them. Now let's just go and read what the Bible says in the book of James, that these people money that they are holding is crime, the wages they are holding after working for them. I have many governors. Who is that governor that can spend like the hours the people are spending in the office to work? What kind of people are we having in this country? That will be holding workers' money, will be holding these pensioners' money. How much is it? Some of them, when you calculate this money in a month, it's just maybe like 2,000 naira, 10,000 naira. And then someone will come out and be talking for government, be talking rubbish, full his mouth. What kind of country are we? I'm not very happy about this conversation. Look at the first person that are trying to explain. Look at the second person. They're able to explain. Now this government is coming up from another angle to cover up what they're doing. It's very, very bad. They are placing a cost on them and their family for not paying these people. If you know that, it's very bad for them to be holding these people.
All right.
I want to say, I'm very angry about this.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
It's calling from Omaya.
You're welcome.
Okay. See, when I work with the federal pension, PRCT, there's something he did under Abdurrashid money, and he yielded a very impressive result. In a situation like this, Nigerian system and file data is corrupt. We cannot rule it out. You will see duplications of names. You will see director in office collecting payroll of over 100 people. So my advice is this: they should sit down, set up a committee, agency charged with the responsibility of thorough verification exercise. It will not take that more than 1 month of all the whole local government. It's not Imo State, it's the whole population. Carry a verification exercise. Everybody should come. Those who are living top, those who are there, they pay their death penalty and close the file. Anybody who is living pension, if you die, they pay your death penalty for entitlement and your case is closed. Those who are living should come at some point. Because at the end of it all, you can take the spending. Okay, one will work with Rashid Minor. The federal government claim they spend 5 billion.
Please, can you wrap up your thoughts?
To pay pension at throughout position. But after verification, what was spent is 1.4 billion monthly. So they should carry out verification exercise. All
right.
Those who are not who are not eligible.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Soma Ponta. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm Emeka. I'm calling from local taxi as usual. Yeah, no mind.
Emeka, you're welcome.
Yeah, my sister, I'm so annoyed, and I'm so worried about the situation of the condition of our senior citizens. Because I'm a civil servant too, and I have already given up. At the end of it, I will not receive my pension as at when due, and the gratuity is not forthcoming. So, it's just straight to my opinion. I would rather say, if the government cannot manage pension, let them do away with pension. It's a kind of welfareism, so to speak. Because I believe that one retires in an administration, you should get this, at least gratuity, which is savings accrued to you while you are still active service, deducted from the salary as at when due. But due to corruption and inability, I would rather say incompetence from those managing the pension scheme becomes so cumbersome for government, and then the government for more indication, that the federal, perhaps the state level more especially, and it becomes so I don't know, is it nonchalant? The pension as at Wendy, or the system has crashed totally to the point that they can no longer manage the system. So it is a kind of, and then you begin to play politics, somebody is sponsoring them. What is the meaning of somebody sponsoring them or the opposition is sponsoring them? You see, and I'm so worried that people of over 70 years will hit the street asking for what is due for them before now government begins to turn us excuses, pointing and keeping finger here and then saying that we have paid the real pensioners. We are not paid, we have discovered fraud, we are not discovered. At the end of the day, the thing continues. This story continues unabated. So I would rather, if government, I'm not trying to say it's welfareism. I think if we go to advanced countries, you see.
All right.
This,
please wrap up your thoughts.
People. So I would rather say, if government cannot manage the pension, do away with the system. Try in as much as possible to pay what we call gratuity. So that at the end of the day, large sum of money, which is your savings from the time you begin to the time you end it, is given to you. You hit the street, look for what you want to do with the money. Rather you go do whatever you want to do with
Thank
that.
you.
A kind of large sum of money. And then we save ourselves from this headache every time we're talking about pension. Hey, you can't pay, you cannot pay this and that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Who's someone that I'm calling from Umaya?
Thank you for joining us.
Mr. Choma, it is very disheartening to hear the cries of our pensioners in Nigeria. Especially the ones that spoke to us via your station.
Yeah.
Like I always said, even Bible said it that a worker deserves his wages.
True.
But in the other way around, to me, most of the pensioners, some of them are the cause of these things that they are going through when they were in active service. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. I've been an advocate of federal government. If it is possible, let him prioritize pensioners and teachers' salaries. These particular people, if possible, even local government staff, let them prioritize it. Both the federal government is owing pensioners, both the state government are owing pensioners as well. This is not supposed. Nigerian system is just as in the corruption that is going on in the civil service and whatever, the way they are handling it are the reason why this backlog of salary are lingering on daily basis. It's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. You see some people, when they are at the aim of affairs, when they are still working as a civil servant, they will plan and part so that it will be easier for them when they get maybe go to retirement. When they retire, they will be earning whatever thing they've done when they are still in active service. So if another government comes into it and find out that you see why they are
You're talking about, as I said, that they are looking,
Please wrap up your thoughts.
These things. I still pray that federal government will prioritize, and I'm still begging the government of Imo, if it is possible, let him start. They will be doing the investigations and still be paying them. Then if they finally find out the culprits of the people that are pardoned or whatever, then they should bring them to book.
All right.
So that they will suffer it.
Thank you.
So our fathers will live. Thank you. And God bless you.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
You are speaking with Pastor Ejix from Umaya.
Thank you for joining us.
Like somebody rightly pointed out, I'm looking at this issue of non-payment of pensions and salaries as one of the end-time demons we have to battle with. And my concern is that it appears to be more prevalent right here in the southeast. It's the height of wickedness to owe workers, owe pensioners, and then allow them to go and face damnation and death. It's unfair. Please use your media opportunities to appeal to the authorities. Wherever this thing holds, let them have a rethink. Okay. And then not to politicize the issue of wages and pensions. Let's have conscience so that God will also have mercy on us.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, on our SMS line, we have this message here. This one says, what is happening in Imo State to pensioners is the same in Abia State. Abia State pensioners are being owed 23 months in arrears of pension in Ikwazu's government and 9 months during TLG's government. Dr. Ikeke, a pensioner in Umahia, sent us this message. Good morning. The presenter, the platform is not only happening in Imo State, but then in Abia State as well. Staff of ASUBEB headquarters, ASUBEB, are languishing due to 7 months unpaid salaries. As at today, they are yet to receive April salary. This is unfortunate. Ibe Uche from Umahia. Igoni Chinedu from MBC says, no amount of excuse the government will give that is worthy than to pay the pensioners their money because they worked for it. Abia State's government is paying retirees now, but they would do well to pay the over 2 years pensions. We thank God for preserving our governor from Ben. Good morning, baby boo. My name is Chief Ahoma Darlington Modestus Abogo from Isinweke Ihite Uboma in Imo State. Please, the governor should try and pay the pensioners their hard-earned wages and stop complaining of ghost this or ghost that. Thank you and stay safe. Okay, last call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Charles from Mumbai.
Charles, you're welcome.
Yeah, I want to commend the pensioners for sustaining simple, fighting for their rights.
Okay.
And I wish every other state in the federation will take a cue from the pensioners in Nowhere. Because in a situation where people will keep quiet, their salaries, their pensions, all these are piled up. So nothing is done about it.
30 seconds.
Then when the administration exists, then you start talking about it. So they should keep on pressurizing. The entire one of the group says, the man dies that keeps silent in the place of operation. I wish the same thing that pensioners in Abia will do what they are doing. Yeah, now the 10 pensioners half, and this is 2018 pension. And nothing is said about it.
All right.
After by 2023 now, somebody will start talking about unpaid pensions. Pensioners nationwide should wake up and fight for their rights now. People should continue their demonstrations until they beg them everything to the last couple. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's the much we can take on the platform this morning, the pinnacle of all discussions. A very big thank you to Comrade Maurice Amechi, Secretary, Pensioners Intervention Committee, for joining us this morning on the program. Also, a big thank you to Comrade IFEANYI AGBA, a retired permanent secretary and former chairman, Civil Service Joint Negotiating Council. And of course, we say thank you to the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Imo State, Mr. OGUWIKE, NWACHUKWU. And special thanks to Samson Eze, the producer of this program. I am Chioma Nkwanta. Wednesday will be another edition of the platform. Up next is AGBA State COVID-19 update, which will be top of the hour, 11 a.m.